But I got some more time, or at least I just cut into some of my sleep time, really, more like it, to do this. Oh, where'd it go? It went and... Ooh, yeah. Well, that's not... Hello? Well, that's interesting. Haven't seen that before. Oh yes, let me just restart that, because that's corrupted. I don't know what just happened there. Maybe I have too many things open? I don't know. This is a native Linux game, so it's weird that it does that. Technical difficulties. So I don't know if it like put like, there we go, stuff like from my desktop up top or something. I hope it didn't. I have no idea. Well, anyway, we got regular Slay the Spire here. Now I can remember last time we were playing the Watcher. You know what? I haven't played the Watcher enough. I should get more Watcher practice in. Let's do some of that. So, I want to see if the stream's live before I go and... Hello? Well, I mean, it might be a little slow. It's saying it's fine. Yeah, I should... Yeah, okay. I mean, at the same time I'm downloading, right? Which sort of might be pulling... Yeah, it kind of is. It should be fine. Maybe I should, like, sort of also start recording at the same time? I'd have to configure it, but that might be better. I don't have to download things all the time. Alright. So, what choices do we have? Well, the better question is, who's the boss? What's the map look like? So boss is Hexaghost, which can be a little tricky for Watcher. Like you need enough damage, right? Although Watcher doesn't really have a problem getting very angry and doing lots of damage, I suppose. Also, Watcher's really nice at beating these Act 1 elites. And there's a path with 4 of them. We could probably do like 2 enemies, a merchant, 2 question marks, and then elite, merchant, elite, treasure, fight, elite, fight, elite. I mean, that's ambitious. There's like 1 campfire on that path. Maybe that one, right? Okay, so there are not a lot of campfires and there's lots of elites. So anything that lowers my HP, not so good. Although lowering our enemy's HP to 1 though, if we took the 4 question mark route, we might just hit some elites instantly. This seems like the run to take this, to be honest. I rarely ever do, but... Okay, so first enemy, we gotta talk to the hand. This is one of those cards, as well as a conclude. Well, talk to the hand is one of those cards that if you see it offered, you just can't take it, put it down, right? It's like, same with Ironclad's like -2 strength card. It's the one. There's another enemy. Not really what I'm looking for, to be honest. Okay, so here we have a choice. Crush joints. If your last skill was last card was a skill, we get vulnerable. Follow up, which is we get energy if it was an attack or a retain card. Now, flying sleeves does work very well with talk to the hand. Any multi-attack works really well with it because it applies multiple times. Don't ask me why. we cannot take the prismatic shot for anyone who, you know, wants us to do crazy stuff. This wouldn't be the run for it, probably. And I might want to protect. Although I might be stacking too many things. There's also Battle Hymn. Which isn't amazing, but can just get you through some elite fights early game. Well, that would mean not taking the card removal Servage, which I do want to remove a strike. I just think removing a strike is one of those actions that you want to really take every time you can do it. And yeah, passing up a Battle Hymn might be not very nice. So I could also take a Crush Joints or an Empty Body. We have the cards to use those yet though. There are quite a few good potions. Let's take a Crush Joints. So we remove the strike and we don't have much in our deck. Now I can remove another strike. Ah, something about a cult that worshipped the giant bird. Maybe we'll find that giant bird later on. Okay, we got lucky here. So I can transform another strike. And we're playing tiny deck here. 12 cards only. Another Crush Joints. I mean, we've basically spent our time upgrading 4 strikes, right, to slightly better ones that apply vulnerable all the time. I mean, a 50% consistent damage bonus is pretty good. So I can just kill these. Get a Centennial Puzzle. Alright, now a Windmill Strike indeed could be good for Act 1. But it's kind of too slow for Ascension 20. Like, you have to keep it in your hand for quite a long time before it starts getting really good. Compared to something like Sands of Time, which just has a much higher number on it, right? Like, you have to not play it to make it scale, which means you're not playing it, right? A Rampage is good because you can just keep playing it. This one isn't. The same goes with this Perseverance, although it's slightly better because it's a block card, right? So you might not need it, and retaining block cards is usually fine. I'll take a Wallop though, because the third option, Wallop, right? Process of Elimination or something, or maybe just like this tends to be really strong in combination with Wrath, which we'll find. I can go to this campfire. We could rest for 14 HP, but I think I'm fine. So what do we upgrade? Wallop has 3 damage on it. Doctor Hand has another 2 damage on the block. This though has energy reduction. Probably best to pick this up first. There are some good cards there to upgrade, certainly. Right, Gremlin Knob. I think we'll immediately Eruption here. And we'll play Talk to the Hand. We'll play Flying Sleeves as well. And maybe I'll play this Strike as well. I think I will, because most of our remaining cards are Defense. So I could play a Defend, but he's going to gain 6 Strength from that. So he's actually going to deal an extra damage, but if I do, he becomes vulnerable. Does he die if I do that actually? 16 and 24? Yeah, we have lethal. Nice. More bank, which gives us 12 gold every floor. Oh, for those that don't know, Centennial Puzzle gives us cards. The first time we get hit, which we don't so far. Study shuffles insights into your draw pile. Now, you might think, you know, that's really nice, right? Those draw you cards. It's like, you know, we shuffle a bunch of... what does that card do again? Into our draw pile, right? What does it do? It draws 2 cards. But playing cards can sometimes carry a penalty against certain enemies. Like against the heart, it carries a penalty. Against certain bosses, it carries a penalty. If you find yourself a Snecko Eye, Study is actually basically a card you want to remove from your deck. On the flip side though, we haven't found any draw yet. I could also take a Third Eye, which is sort of like a more generic, safe option. Or a Prostrate, which might lead into a deck that can really go off using Mantra. Now, the thing with Mantra always is like the first Mantra card you take is kind of like a dead card. But once you've got 2 or 3, once you can reliably get to that, 10, then suddenly cards like Wallop become very good. Right? Like I'm leaning towards Mantra because we have Wallop. Yeah, Study is also like a thing. It's like definitely welcome here. Although, with that card cost, like I'm looking at these numbers on the cards, right? They're so kind of high. And we can't play most of the cards in our hand anyway. Like a Prostrate. Yeah, okay. I convinced myself. It just seems like a cheap card that I can use to pivot into cross joints with. Which is a thing we need. And the Mantra thing I said before, right? It might yield. So if I go right here, I might do 2 elites if we don't take too much damage. We haven't taken much so far. Ancient Tea Set gives us 2 extra energy on the first turn on all the boss fights. That seems like an amazing relic, to be honest. Yeah, so here we can do Prostrate into... can we kill one of them here? 24 HP. Leaving, what, 16? 8, 12... Yeah, I think we can. And if I do this in the right order... Also full block. I get to keep my miracle for what it's worth. Wait, that... Yeah, that wasn't a smart move. I was like, I do have enough here, right? No, I don't. I'm like 1 damage short. I should calculate that stuff because like here it didn't really matter much because he did like 1 damage to us, but I should really. So Mental Fortress is really neat when you go for Mantra. Because you lose Divinity at the start of your turn. So this basically says, every turn you gain that 4 block or 6 block. Which is like Metallicized ++. And also, in a deck with Mantra, you can still go ahead and, enter Calm and enter Wrath some of the time. Right? Cards like Meditate are still really nice. Should I take a Consecrate though? It's a really good card against the sentries. And we might be fighting those and we don't really have anything for them. It's a tough thing to choose, right? Like the Mental Fortress makes more sense. I guess we'll go for it. It might lead to me having to take the left path here though if we fight the sentries, which we do. Let's use a potion here. I'll pick up an Impatience, actually. You might think, well, what does that do here, right? It does nothing with your hand. Yeah, but it will be good later in the fight. It's basically going to be draw 2 cards. It's like, I mean, even here, right? I mean, I could tap this with the Crush Joints. I think we'll enter Calm though, so we can get 2 more energy when we get out. Unfortunately, we shouldn't do that. Maybe we should get the Dexterity pot up as well, but then we don't have any potion against the boss. And this is a really scary fight for us right now. Like, I haven't done a single point of damage to them yet. And you know, you have to do damage to, like, kill the enemies. Let's go ahead and enter Wrath here. Wrath. We'll be able to wall up this one in the back. We'll be able to flying sleeves it. And then we'll be able to miracle into vigilance if I wanted to. Or I could crush joints and try to get it down, but looking at our deck, we only have 16 more damage in it. So we physically can't. We drew all our attacks on the same turn. We overblocked by a significant amount, but you know. So here's the crush joints. Who are we gonna hit? Well, let's have a look, right? It'll take 2 more turns of nothing. And then... So that's you. And then, you know, we have to look at our deck. There's 9, 18, 26, 34, 45 damage in it. So like we need to work through about half our deck. Which means maybe another 2 to 3 turns. I think more likely 3, so 5 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So hit this one. Yes, well, I mean, that's sort of like an estimate. I wouldn't know if it's right, but you could take more time working out, you know, which one do you hit, right? Like, I wouldn't, but we've decided on this one. I might want to keep that in hand, actually. Because we'll have enough energy, probably. We didn't get the... I was hoping for maybe getting the mantra card. Oh wait, we didn't have that in our deck. We just cycled for no good reason. Oh, we get the talk to the hand. I mean, that might have been the reason to cycle, right? So we end up taking the damage anyway because we end up 2 damage short. So I could erupt here, and I should. Which, you know, allows us to do something like that. A really good turn. Just blocking completely. But still, we've taken like 18 damage here. That's not 0 damage, right? It's a bit more than 0 damage. So, Wallop's been a help. Tantrum, huh? As well as Meditate. Like, those are 2 really good cards. But we've taken a lot of defenses here. I want to take some damage. Tantrum's a really good source of damage. Are we willing to risk going for the final elite? I mean, it cannot be sentries, so it's probably going to be better than what we've seen before. Also, this is a hard pull fight. Okay. Okay, it's not a hugely problematic one, at least. So, like, if we go vigilance. This one's going to hit us next turn, actually. Into this, into... Do we just hit it? I might want to be honest. Yeah, so... This is kind of the problem. Like, if I enter Wrath here, this thing will still hit me by a lot. Well, only 1 more damage than if I didn't, so... You know, we either took 9 or 8 damage there. I'll take the 9 damage and kill it next turn. Okay, we can get a like water. Or we can get a deceive reality. Still haven't found another mantra card. Sort of thing you don't want to happen. If you're in calm, gain 5 block. We only have 1 card. We didn't take the meditate though. Maybe it should be deceive reality, which adds safety into your hand, which is 12 block retain. It's kind of a meh choice, to be honest. Yeah, let's swivel. All right. Oof, it's another knob. We do get to talk to the hand on him. I guess I'll also wallop. No need to miracle, or do I want to miracle? I think no need to miracle yet. We kind of want to use eruption here. Like I could swivel into eruption if I wanted to. Like 9 and I mean, I probably want to do eruption, swivel, crush joints this turn, so we get a vulnerable. Miracle flying sleeves. Do we get the kill then? 62. This is 16. 42, 48. And this is 24. Yeah, we're kind of a bit off, aren't we? So that's not a good option. Swivel immediately though. I mean, he's going to get... And we'll kill next turn, certainly then. The thing is just like, am I willing to take... I mean, I can't do swivel and miracle, right? That would just kill me. Like this thing gains 12 damage if I do that. Plus the 16 he's already doing. Minus 8 block. I mean, it's going to do 20 damage to me. Which is not ideal. I mean, we're forced to rest at this point because of that. I do need to erupt this turn though. And I mean, we do get a few points of block from... the talk to the hand. And I guess we use flying sleeves here. Although maybe no, we can always miracle into crush joints in the flying sleeves, right? Next turn. That should work? Question mark? Better hope it does. Because if it don't, we are dead now. Okay, so miracle into crush joints, so we get vulnerable and then just hit him. Yeah. Mummified hand. Whenever we play a power, a random card costs 0. That makes prostrate somewhat less amazing. Although, you mean, you know, you'll have 2 cost cards in your hand with it. Should I take another one? I mean, you kind of went for one, so taking another makes sense. Like, maybe we'll be able to get to the mantra against the Hexaghost. That might be our plan to deal with this boss. Get a safety and get that. And then get... do we get a crush joints? I mean, talk to the hand to the tantrum into wallop. We'll do double block. It's just, do we crush joints first or later? How much block are we missing out on if I do crush joints first? Like 2, right? So how much block are we generating? 6. With the hand plan first, it's 6, 8, 10, 10 block plus 18. No more. It's depending on the math here, I believe 10 and 18 plus whatever bonus it gets. So it could be 27, in which case it will be 10 and 27, 37, he's dealing 36. I think we take one more damage if I do the crush joints first. So we'll do the talk to the hand first. Does that work? Well, let's see. And then tantrum. And then safety. Into crush joints. Into miracle. Into wallop. Oh no, it wasn't necessary. Oh, I did the safety, of course. I shouldn't have used the safety. I could have not used the safety and ended up with one block. That's the thing I should have done. Well, I mean, it's okay. Right, this is fine. That just seems like a thing that we should just keep spamming. Use our mummified hand. Just keep using prostrate. Swivel into tantrum. Get that block up. Oh, it's just like being very angry. You know, that works. Just keep punching it. Eventually... turbocharge the vulnerable there. And hopefully that's enough. Wait, he cleared it off? So this is 18 damage. We might want to exit vulnerable here. Although, I mean, we do get a turn of mantra, of divinity. The thing is though, we have to draw one of our attacks during it or we're not getting him down quick enough. Like, you can do 6 damage by just plonking down a tantrum, right? I'd also do something like vigilance into tantrum, which will generate 8 and 6, 14, 16, 18 block for us. We take 18. Two, 3, 4, 5, right? You would not be able to get in crush joints as well. Well, let's want to do vigilance, defend, crush joints, tantrum. That's an option, right? So we have this mental fortress, which, you know, we switched stances twice. We get another 8 block. That's what? 8, 16, 21 block, and then 4 hits, 29 block. Taking 7 damage. I think that's much safer considering that we don't have a lot of attacks left in our deck than the option of risking taking the big attack, which is really scary. So go tantrum first or crush joints first. I think crush joints first? No, it has to be tantrum first because we don't have the energy otherwise. I guess, you know, we can plonk down the vulnerable but not use it. That's fine, right? So do I want to use these flying sleeves? I don't, right? Save them for the divinity. Also, Swivel gets to apply cross turns. So here's the big attack. I guess it's do or die. In which case it's do by 4 damage. That was too close for comfort. Okay, we can get a vault. But there's also a lesson learned early in the game. Considering that we've upgraded exactly one of our whole deck, because we didn't have many campfires. Yeah, lesson learned seems like the good choice here. I could remove even more cards. That's funny. I mean, if I do, I might as well Astrolabe, right? Transforming 3 defense into 3 useful cards seems like a better deal than removing 2 defense. Wait, did we just get another lesson learned? Huh. I mean, I might remove this one then, because we haven't upgraded one. It's kind of funky. We did get a Spirit Shield and a Wave of the Hand. I don't know, this is actually a lot better than our defense were. I've got to be honest with you. I'm going kind of slowly through this, but 29 minutes. This session say 51 minutes. I don't know. Because we kind of took some time getting the game to run, I suppose. Elites, where are you? There's a burning elite in the middle. Like in between the campfires. Just sort of like where I want to go, if I can help it. Yeah, left path. So here... do I want to immediately erupt again? Like it might be a good idea not to go too fast here. But on the other hand, I mean, we have a Gambler's Brew, we have a Centennial Puzzle. This thing takes some turns to charge up. Like go, 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 right? The thing is, we just had, yeah. And we got 20 block here. As a start. So have a vulnerable. Do I want to Flying Sleeves you for 20 something? I think I do. And on next turn it should weaken us? No, it didn't. Well... we can just Tantrum and Lesson Learned. And upgrade Wallop. That seems good. So now we can get a Battle Hymn to add Smites to our hand, but we don't have extra energy at all. So is that good? I mean, with Prostrates, right? But they're unupgraded as well. I could just get Sanctity to draw 2 cards. Like with Prostrate. This is not amazing. Unblocked, right? Also, yeah, this enemy has have a hard time dealing with it. The reason should be obvious, right? Let's just burn that lesson there. Should I even take the Miracle as well? I don't think I should burn the Miracle this turn. This is a difficult enemy for Watcher always. Because the 3 artifacts means it's a hard time getting things like Talk to the Hand working. Also, he's going to debuff us for -5. The question is, can we kill it quickly enough here? He's got 72 health, right? This thing is tanky. If I do that, it's still got 63 health. Can we do we have 32 damage in our hand next turn, base? I don't think so. Like, there's like 8, 16, it's like 25 damage left in the whole deck. So we physically can't. So our best bet is just to defend? I don't think so. I think our best way is to resolve this is to drink our Gambler's Brew, basically. And cycle these cards for some better ones. And that doesn't really help, but... guess we can take away its last artifact charge for whatever reason. So... I think we can switch into Wrath. Gain that. And then I guess we go back into calm. In order to try to abuse Mental Fortress. 11, 17, 19 block. Take 2 damage. Like, this thing has a lot of block. Sort of the hard part. We can make it vulnerable. I mean, yes. We could even tantrum. Can I kill it then? This is 12. Because it's rounded down, right? Yeah. So 35. This is going to get doubled. So 24. This leaves 11. Oh, we got it. Easy. Okay. Next up, right? Whenever we scry, we gain block. I mean, I don't have any card in my deck that says scry, so probably not. Enter calm, retain. Do we have too many retains then? I mean, we've got a safety, we got a... I think it's fine. We'll take a tranquility. Can be quite helpful, allowing us to go into Wrath more easily. Okay, I'm happy finding this shop. Start each combat in calm. There's a meditate here. I really want that. End your turn. Not a problem to me. There's also a letter opener which can help a little bit. A medical kit. Considering how small our deck is, that might be useful. And what are the elites here? The slavers who end like lots of wounds to your deck. The stabby book who adds lots of wounds to our deck. I mean, it might be a decent idea to actually pick up a medical kit. Like, our deck's very small. And we're gonna make it smaller still. After getting rid of our powers and our Ascender's Bane, we've got 19 cards. It's not a lot of cards, is it? And we could add magnetism for some like weird stuff that's going to happen. Like, this would be the fun pick, right? Don't know how strong it is though. Not very. Like, how many of those colorless cards are going to be other powers? I mean, there's the one that says if you play 5 panache, right? This is a good one to get from that. How often are we going to play 3 skills every turn? I mean, we're adding quite a few, but... That might be... Should we just go with the magnetism and see if it works? Remove our last defend. We literally don't have any more defense in our deck. It's kind of cute, I would guess. We have advanced cards only. That's neat. You basically removed all our basic cards. Kind of strong that I managed to do that. Do I want to add like a cut through fate? It does read scry on it, right? And it says draw a card, so you get to choose 1 or 2 cards to draw. You get to stuff things into your deck basically to grab back with meditate. You get to keep them on top. You get to see what you're going to draw next turn. Well, partially. I don't have any card with the keyword "stry" on it yet. That's another basic attack though. Yeah, I'll pick it up. It's cheap. Oh wow, we get to do elegance. Because simplicity does all of nothing. That's rare that you get to pick elegance. So, what do we elegance here? Like, do I just remove the other lesson learned? To be honest, I think I do. Like, I would have much preferred to go to the spirits with it, though. Like, the spirits that say, you know, whenever you think. But the thing I'm also fearing is that I'm gonna play lesson learned, and then lesson learned is gonna hit the other lesson learned. So yeah, let's just remove a lesson learned from our deck. That's such a weird thing to do, isn't it? We can get cursed with... I would have loved to do this in the other order, sir. To remove a shame from our deck, because a shame isn't worth a relic. Knowing you're going to fight a Book of Stabbing right after. That's a bit of a shame. Pardon the pun. Let's go ahead and draw through our deck here. Is there any reason not to enter Calm here? I mean, yeah, playing Wallop, I guess, but like that's a way to do that. Because we've got Meditate for the end of the turn. Let's start with a Talk to the Hand. Into a Wave of the Hand. I want to play this Prostrate. Which now is starting to get weakened. That's good. And then we play the Eruption. And then I guess we could Swivel. Well, that would preclude Meditate, so probably not. Yeah, let's cut through Fate here. Let's discard the Lesson Learned. And then we Meditate. We grab back something rather or something. What's in our deck? Our drop? I can't see the drop pile. There's still a Magnetism, which you could play. So maybe I shouldn't draw the Spirit Shield. Maybe we should draw the Wallop. I haven't seen Tantrum yet either, right? Yeah, that's in our pile as well. So it should be fine to draw a Wallop. He's only doing 15, I was doing 20. So I could do something like Tantrum into Wallop, but then he's going to do 40. A Wallop's going to prevent 24 of it, and this is no more, 26. I also got the Mental Fortress and the Magnetism going. I think we go Tantrum into Mental Fortress, maybe? We get the 2 extra energy. We got 5 energy, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Also, we get... And if I do that, I should do it in the other order. Yeah, I mean, we get this for free. 4 block, I guess. But like, Tantrum will do... like I could even do, play a Crush Joints, right? To upgrade the Wallop to do 36. We'll block all of his damage that way. It would mean passing up Magnetism, but that's fine. Let's just block him completely. He's gonna hit for 36. But I think we're going to be fine, but I think because we kind of just kill him at this point. Alright. 16 and then 39. Is that enough? It's not, right? 16 into 39 is 50 something. 55. If I pop this, I mean, this is kind of like, you know, the thing you'd want to keep until the heart, really. That's the problem with that. I mean, this is 16 block. I mean, also we get the lesson learned, right? We get the thing killed with like no significant damage taken ourselves. Yeah, I think that convinces me. We got a captain's wheel. Flurry of blows is up against prostrate. Plus. What a choice, right? I think it's gotta be a flurry. I'd love to take this, but this seems better. It's for, you know, damage output, consistency's sake. Just adding at least one of those seems really amazing. So we can always veer off to the right to a safer path if we so desire. Let's upgrade our magnetism. So it's actually playable, right? Because it's really hard to play with only 3 energy. So this seems like a bit of a problem. Yeah, let's upgrade our cards here. I could assign vulnerable and then hit it twice. It wouldn't be enough. I don't know. You retain, right? 2 retains. Sure. Oh, they're attacking for a lot, aren't they? So this is 5. So we can maybe kill something with Tantrum. Well, we can weaken all of them. That's always good. What do you do? Magnetism to see what it hits? Seems like a bit of a gamble, but feels like that's what's necessary to win this fight. Okay, it hits our tranquility. We want to try to use that, so we go with the tantrum plan. We try to kill one of them. They've got 31 health. So after taking the 9 from the tantrum, they've still got 22, so we need to do 11 damage to each. Which means 2 more cards, so 3. So we've only got 1 defensive card in this. That seems bad. Because look at their damage, right? Like, this is a powered up Gremlin leader. It's got 40 to 55 damage coming in. Like 68 total. Like, we're dead. We don't do something. It's actually in total exactly our max HP. Funkily. Better than it. Maybe draw. Try to find meditate or vigilance, allowing us to play tranquility first. But if I draw, I have to do something like eruption into draw though, because otherwise I won't be able to kill one of these mad gremlins. So I guess we do that then. If I do that, I need to do it in the right order then. Oh, yeah, we do get the flurry of blows as well. Maybe with that we can kill both. It'll be challenging though. Like, you can crush joints the left one. Or we can like tranquility into tantrum, but then, you know, we're really dead if we ever fail to kill deceive reality. With the follow-up is 16 block as well. Can we wave into that? Maybe. Like wave seems like a thing you don't really want. Because he could be attacking like a bunch. I think we scry. Oh, there's meditate. That's very nice. So that gave us some options, right? Start with flurry. We play the crush joints. And then that. Was that necessary? Yeah, it was, right. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to kill it now. And then we wave. No, wave of the hand doesn't do anything, right? Because I don't have the power yet. So you see meditate. Talk to the hand. That was painful. I can add Tantrum back into my hand. Still not quite enough. 16 and 18. Well, for starters, we try to play the whole hand here, right? Is this 16 and 18, though? Like, we got 34 damage. So I think we have to kill these two. Assuming like these things is hitting for 42, right? How are we blocking that? We got 20 block. 28 with Mental Fortress. A little bit more if I can Tantrum him, but I can't. We won't be applying any debuffs. Let's just play to get rid of it. You can gain 10 block by hitting him a bunch, right? With Tantrum and Flying Steves. And that will prevent the damage from one of the sneaky gremlins, but he summoned 2 of those buggers. So it's like... It was sneaky stealing on me. So the only real solution would be to... Wait, did I do that wrong? With regards to the ordering of this, it doesn't really matter too much though. Because I think we're dead no matter what I do here. Although now I don't get the swivel, I suppose, but it wouldn't have mattered because he's got 23. Does it matter? 29 block. 31, 35. Yeah, we're still not there. I'm like, did this matter? Like this, yeah. Powered up Gremlin leader attacking every other turn. Seems like that's the end. I'm gonna end the stream for today though. It's gonna be a short one, but I'll do some more Spire tomorrow or something. It was a cut short run, I suppose, right? We went from full health to 0 real quick, right? What's this dex problem basically amount to? Guess it's a lack of direction, perhaps, right? Like it's just a bunch of decent cards, but no overarching plot to it, basically. Right? Nothing that really works well together with this. I guess the Flurry was a real good pickup, right? That really showed. We just didn't quite have the damage to deal with that Gremlin leader. Also, he kind of summoned and attacked in like kind of an ideal way for him. Because he kind of abused his bonus strength, right? He didn't buff a single time. Normally Gremlin leader ends up buffing a bunch and then suddenly attacking for a whole lot of damage, but here he didn't do that. And we kind of couldn't keep those gremlins alive is also a problem, right? Because they were hitting harder, the starting ones. And then he summons true sneaky ones. I'm like, oh, this is a problem. Well, GG.